Video, I'm going to talk about conceptualizing X-Crosses and how you can capitalize on free pairs, blocks, and potential X-Crosses. So these are actual scrambles that I dealt with, so I thought the best way to talk about it would be to say what I did, essentially like an example solve, but with X-Crosses. And so in this first scramble, which I will link in the description, we have this yellow, orange, green block here, which could be set up well with green, orange, or yellow. And since I do yellow, white, the easiest way to do this would be to first see where the complete block would be made. So I would need this edge right here. And so I would orient it by putting the blue piece in, which also solves the cross. But I still have this piece here, which would be kind of difficult to move. And so before doing that, what I did in the actual solve was I would orient that edge and orient this edge as well. So now all I have to do is move this over, and then I have an almost complete cross. But what I did instead was do a U and then an L2, which will put that piece in but also solve this block when I do a D. So that's done. And then going into the rest of the F2L, first pair, second pair, and into the last pair, and then OLLCP, and a U-perm. So second scramble. Just make sure I scrambled right here. Yep, I did. Yes, I did. Okay. So second scramble, this one's a little bit more difficult. The first one was a bit, anyone could be able to see that, but a bit intuitive. This one's a little bit more difficult. So what I did with this one was I saw that there was this white-orange sort of blue partial 2x1, and I would be able to match it up with this if I did it right. And so a very intuitive way of doing this would be putting the green edge down and then sort of sledgehammering this piece in, which would not break up this block. But you wouldn't want to do a U prime because that would move this. So what I did in the actual solve was a B2, move this piece down first, so now I put the edge in place, and then I would sledgehammer it in, and then doing a D2, I have my cross. And so then going into the rest of the F2L, second pair, and orient all the edges, and then cube's done. Okay, and third scramble. Okay, so gotta remember what I did here. Okay, and so this one is going to be sort of preserving pairs. This is a little bit of a non-intuitive way of doing this. This solve was it was a good solve for me nonetheless, but this isn't the best way to preserve a pair. But for the sake of this video, I'll just explain what I did. So you have this cross piece here, and you have, so I would move that over, and you would have this completed cross piece here, move that down. Now you have your free pair here, but if you put this in, you would essentially break it up, and then you still have this piece in the back to worry about. What I did in this scramble, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but when I have a trapped edge back here for my cross, I would insert it like that, and then I instantly did an F, which would trap the pair essentially, but preserving that pair was not that difficult because inserting this back edge, I didn't disturb this. So intuitively, you could have done that first, but I trapped it because, yeah, I didn't really think that far ahead. But essentially, what you could do in that sense is watch that pair and move it out of the way, and then you have a free pair. And if you can do your cross essentially blindfolding without thinking about it, but also watch that pair while you're doing the solve, that will help you tremendously in going into your first pair. So you can easily insert that, and going into the rest of the F2L, and insert this pair, and then F2L is done. Oh well. And R-perm. And so that's going to be it for this video. These weren't too difficult of X-crosses, but it does kind of get, it lets you kind of conceptualize how X-crosses are made and how you can sort of capitalize on what's there and essentially making your solve as best as it can be for lack of better explanation. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.